everyone and welcome to this video. My name is Vicky. This is something a little bit different from me. This is my striding to be better video. It's not a typo, it's meant to be my version of a play on words. So I'm striding to be better, I'm making steps physically to become a better version of myself. So this is going to be a video documenting my progress into running. So I haven't done any exercise for maybe 9-10 weeks now. Since starting back at work, my shift has completely changed and I have just had no routine. I've not been sleeping right, I've not been eating correctly, and trying to incorporate exercise into that when I don't have any routine, it was just a total no-go. So because of the lockdown and obviously because I've not been doing any regular exercise, I have gained quite a bit of weight for what I am used to, and I originally thought to myself that I would try to concentrate on food in order to allow me to lose some weight before I started back running, just so it was a lot easier on my body, like on my joints, on my heart, because carrying around this extra bit of timber, it does make those sort of things really difficult. And like the last time that I went running, I found it so hard because I could feel this extra weight that I was having to carry around with me. But the downside to me thinking about trying to sort out my food without doing any exercise is the fact that I just wasn't in the right mental state to constantly be thinking about my breakfast, my lunch and my dinner. And because I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, trying to constantly think of like the correct meals for me to have all day just was not working. It wasn't working for me. And like the only way for me to get my mental state into a positive mood is through exercise. Like achieving something makes me feel good about myself. Obviously after you've done the exercise you get the rush of endorphins, so I need to go back to that. Running is one thing that I really enjoy, and when I'm going through stuff that we are all going through at the moment, everybody's got different personal things. So like I've mentioned, my shift has been changed at work, but then there's also other stuff aside from that which also involves like other people, so I'm not going to go into that because it'd be unfair for me to disclose something that is not just my business, it's other people's personal business as well. So there's just a lot going on and I just need to get my mental health into more of a positive level to control my anxiety. And not just that, like when I'm out running, it's my time to be able to think about the stuff that's going on and process it and come up with like my plan of action sort of thing. So I don't join any running groups. I actually really enjoy being on my own when I'm running. Like I said, it just helps me to go through whatever is on my mind. I get to think about things. Sometimes it is not very positive things that I have to think about while I'm running, or other times it's planning a birthday or planning a trip away. But I just really enjoy that time that I get to myself when I'm running. I don't always constantly think about other stuff while I'm running. Sometimes I do think about the pain I'm going through or trying to motivate myself and push myself to go that little bit further. So I just want to document me getting back into my exercise. So I have got absolutely no idea what my stamina is going to be like at the moment. I do feel as though I have lost pretty much everything that I had built up. I'm doing this for myself to keep myself motivated and hopefully be able to see the difference in myself. I'm trying to do this to get myself into a better frame of mind. Be more positive is the main thing, and reduce my anxieties that I'm feeling at the moment, and exercise does do that for me. And then on the other side of things, I'm wanting to reduce my weight as well, and then I'm wanting to feel good about myself, achieve some things, get myself back to where I was before. So my ultimate goal is to be able to run a half marathon, which is something that I have been able to do, and I would love to be able to do that again. But I'm going to be taking very, very tiny steps in order to get there. That is my absolute ultimate goal, but I'm not even thinking about that yet. I'm thinking the first step. Then once I've done the first step, I'm thinking the second step. The reason why I'm taking it tiny little steps at a time is because if I set myself the challenge of this is what I want to achieve and I want to achieve it now, I am the sort of person where if I don't see those results straight away, I will give up, I will quit, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep going. I have been able to run the duration of a half marathon previously, but I am nowhere near that anymore. My stamina is completely and ultimately just vanished. So I need to start from scratch. If you are an absolute beginner to running, I would 100% recommend the Couch to 4K running apps that you can download onto your phone, or there's the NHS podcast. That is the one that I actually started with back in 2014. Brilliant, like it has its own music attached to it as well, so it helps you to create a good pace, whereas I feel that if you're listening to your own music of choice, if a song comes on that you're really loving at the moment, you can accidentally increase your pace and find out that you're burning yourself out before you've actually completed your entire run. For this, I am not going to be using any of the apps available. I'm actually going to be starting myself off with just a 1k run, and then I'm going to be building up by half a k on each run. So by the end of August, because this is when I'm filming this video, by the end of August I should be able to run 5k without any difficulty, touch wood. And I have also decided that during the winter months, with it being darker early and the weather as well, it sort of limits you to where you can go as an outdoor runner. I do not have a gym membership. I gave that up a long time ago. I found that trying to run on a treadmill was just not, it wasn't for me, it wasn't good for me. Just being stuck in one place, I found it uninspiring, and also the lack of gyms do have air conditioning, but there wasn't enough, and I think maybe that was a bit of my anxiety coming up whilst I was running in a gym. But I just used to feel too hot, like I was just going to pass out and dizzy and things. So I personally cannot do running on a treadmill. Like, some people absolutely love the gym and being able to do their physical exercise inside the gym, but for me, I can't. I need to be outside, so all of my runs will be outdoor based. And because of that, I have to take into account the seasons and the weather. Ultimately, I can dress for the weather, I can prepare for that, but the dark nights, running in the dark, especially in an area where I don't feel 100% safe, is not something I am up for. So that is why I've come to the decision that from September until the end of February, I will only restrict myself to 5k runs. So like, this is like an ongoing plan, like an ongoing achievement that I'm hoping to be able to complete. And then once we get into March, the weather will improve and the days will become longer. I'm then hoping to increase my duration of my runs. By the end of June, I would really love to be able to run for the duration of what is a half marathon. I'm not going to focus too much on when I need to complete that. I just would like to get to that point. So I've kind of set myself like a mini challenge of, by the end of August, be able to run 5k, and then during the autumn winter months continue with the 5k runs until we get back into spring summer, and then increase the duration. So that is quite a big commitment in order for me to achieve that. As it stands at the moment, I'm planning on doing three runs a week, which isn't too much because some people go running a lot more than that. So I think that is a good starting point for me, 3 times a week, and then that gives me enough days for rest and enough days to do whatever I need to do with family or around the house, so that I can have a good balance between everything that I've got going off. Depending on how long these videos are going to be, I will show you footage of me running, the runs that I've done, the times that I've done them in. I'm not somebody who is fixated on I must do this run within this certain time. For me, it is more a case of I want to be able to get my body to run for that duration. I want to be able to achieve that distance. That is my personal goal. I'm not somebody who is fixated on the timings. I've just never had that. When I'm just going out regularly for myself, I just want to do the duration, and the timings are the last thing on my mind. I'm doing this to hopefully lose some weight as well, so I will show you like a before and after photo. So I'm going to take regular photos of my body like every month, and I'm also going to check my my measurements, my inches as well. I did used to weigh myself regularly, but I'm not going to bother doing that either. I feel as though when you are exercising and then weighing yourself, like the weight on the scales doesn't always add up to what your body is actually showing. And I think if I concentrate on photos and my inches, that will give me a lot more confidence in continuing to do this than just relying on what weight it says on some scales. So that is where I'm going with this. I will be more conscious of what I'm actually eating. I do plan on having good meals, but for me, exercising does go hand in hand with eating well. If I've done some exercise, it does make me feel like I want to not put that effort to waste, and I want to have a good healthy meal. But on the other side of that is when it gets to a weekend and I want to treat myself to a biscuit or a nice alcoholic drink, I don't have that guilt hanging around because I feel as though I've actually earned that. I've pushed my body, I've sweated, I've burnt off so many calories. I feel as though I've earned myself a little treat. I hope that this video is something that you are looking forward to following, seeing if I manage to achieve the targets that I've set myself, and I'm only going to get results by putting in the efforts, and I've reached a point now where I'm ready to do something. At the moment, I'm looking forward to starting this journey, doing something for myself, and we'll see how it goes. If you've watched this video till the end, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hopefully see you again soon, but for now, goodbye!